Man, welcome back to Here I Stand, a ministry of the Christian Emergency League. As always, I'm with my partner in crime, Pastor Calvin Lindstrom of the Church of Liberty. And today we have a special guest, Ken Henderson, and all the accolades. It's too many to count, Ken. I'm going to let you introduce yourself, Ken, because I can't remember all the titles.
Well, I just want to say appreciate y'all for inviting me to the show. My name is Ken Henderson, currently Thornton Township Committeeman for Thornton Township of Cook County. Also, I'm the school board member for West Harvey Dixmoor. Actually, we have a re-election coming up for April 2025.
April, okay.
And I definitely want to give honor to God for this opportunity, for just grateful for what God had brought me from, and I got to give him all the praise and glory.
Now, we joke, but I've said this is kind of true. Ken has the ability to be the most dangerous man in Illinois. And so the first question, Ken, what does it mean to be a black Republican in the socialist state of Illinois?
Well, I'm gonna say this. One thing, you gotta have courage.
Yeah.
First of all, I didn't step out here and say, "Oh, I'm gonna be a Republican." It was prayed, talked to my family about it, and I just feel like our people are looking for something different with a person that's from their community. And I just feel like it was just time to change things over, especially growing up around Democrats. But my area is nonpartisan, so all we knew was Democrats.
Yeah, I grew up Democrat. Yeah,
so we have a nonpartisan election coming up, and
that's what they say. But it's really not.
They say. But
on the surface.
Yeah. So that's one of the things. And I like to be an outcast. I like people say, "Oh, what you doing?" And it ain't gonna work. So I like to show people, it's gonna work as long as I got God on my side. And the person I am, I'm a sports athlete, so I'm very competitive, and I got to win.
That's right.
So, Ken, you used to be a Democrat. What brought about that change? How did your family take that?
Well, I'm gonna say this. We had a Thornton Township supervisor, Frank Zuccarelli. He was the people loved him. He made sure he took care of people. When he passed, it was a lot of chaos. Everybody started fighting for his position.
And what position did he have again?
First of all, he was president of South Suburban College. He was the third committeeman of the state. He was the committeeman of Thornton Township and supervisor. So he had a lot of position for a long period of time.
He's Boss Hall.
Yeah. So when he passed, I went to the meeting where they, trying to decide on who they want to get, and it was just chaos. And I said, I can't be part of that, because this is, our community, they look for a leader. They tired of the chaos, the fighting and all that. And I'm like, you know what? I want to do something different. So I ended up talking to one of my good friends that was a Republican. He said, Ken, you know what? You'll make some noise. And there's a lot of opportunities over there. So I was able to do that. Talked to the wife. He said, Ken, whatever you want to do, you're going to do it anyway. And my spiritual father, my pastor, actually he's a liaison for Israel for Washington, D.C. So, his beliefs is with the Republicans too.
Okay.
So also the faith part of it, our values are close to the Bible, a lot of them. And even me being on the school board, I'm probably over 1,200 kids. And they like my main concern. And years ago, before I became a Republican, it was brought to our board that we should put in same-sex agenda in our school.
Of course, that's Illinois.
I spoke up, everybody looking crazy, I spoke up because I got two sons that's in my district, and they not raised like that. I wasn't raised like that, so I spoke up, and then everybody else spoke up and then shot it down. So we ain't heard nothing. But we need people to really be in position to shoot down things that's not for our community. These things of not God.
That shouldn't be in any community. And you're in a unique position. Next time we have some problem up here in 211, we need you to come because they fearmonger up here. And they
James, I think it's a courage issue.
Those things
Of course it is. They get away with it.
Of course it is.
Because of the pressure. They're afraid of, like the little picketing group that came out to New Hope Community Church a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So Ken, do you see, I mean, your story is encouraging. Do you see that maybe more people in this state, which I think has Stockholm Syndrome very badly, are starting to wake up a little bit?
Yeah. I'm going to say this, like Chicago Flip Red, two women, now they making noise, people want to see leadership.
That's all it is two women?
Well, as far
it
as
started. It started that way, I believe.
That.
Yeah.
Zoe and I forgot the other young lady name.
I didn't know that.
But like my community, I don't have no issue with nobody say, "Oh, you're Republican." Actually, they support me more. Yeah, I'm just dealing with the
That's
Democrats.
why you're dangerous.
Okay.
I'm dealing with the Democrats in my area, which they all. I grew up around them. I work with them, help some of them get in office, and it's just the fact that he in his own lane. I don't think they dislike me or nothing. It's just he moving a certain way that a lot of people can't move because they tied up, under somebody or
But they say you're in your own lane. They just don't want you to pull more people into your lane.
That's
right?
it. That's it.
And so they want to keep us an outcast. Let me ask you the next one. Why did you become a Republican specifically, and what was it that the Democrats were doing then or now that caused you to say, no, I'm going to take this different lane. I'm going to take this different route?
Well, the first thing, opportunity and resources. One thing I do know, Springfield has a lot of money. For some reason, it's not reaching our community. That's the one thing.
That's not what JB says.
Oh no, the budgets he passing, there's some money there. So,
yeah, but he's saying he helps everybody, especially the black community.
$53 billion, up from like $38 billion before he took office, I believe.
Yeah, so that's one thing. I just feel like our people need something different, especially in my area, south suburbs. We just were catered to one specific organization. That's it. And
that's it.
We can't blame the Democrats. I mean, we can't blame the Republican, Independent. We can't blame nobody. It's been controlled by one organization for many years, and we in the same position, probably worse. And that was one of the things I feel like, just over the years, I was able to gain relationship with a lot of people. I brought a couple vendors to my district that's really helping my district out as far as curriculum and different things. So it just separate me from being the right person from whatever they used to, and they doing the wrong thing. That's all.
But I know it has not been easy, you being a black Republican in the state of Illinois, because we spoke about this before, and we spoke about this before the radio show. They play dirty.
Oh yeah.
And they don't play fair. And like I said, if the African American community, the West Side, South Side wakes up, the Democrats are finished in Illinois.
Yeah.
So they did some questionable things. Let me be kind. Some questionable things with your last election earlier this year.
Well,
you want to share some of that?
I'm gonna say this. I ran for state senate, and it was some questionable things that happened. People came to me about certain things about what they done, and one thing, it made me mad because I worked hard I'm not a person that just just sit around. I'm gonna knock doors. One thing people would say, Ken, knock doors.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's the strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And finding out that the other side came over my side to just challenge me, it was disturbing. But one thing I do learn, just raised up and as a Christian man, that God, he definitely knows the next plan.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And maybe it didn't go the way I wanted, but he made sure that whatever happened, maybe it was something that he know that he didn't want me to get involved with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it happened. So
No, that's right.
Once I looked at it like that, I just kept it moving.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand, whatever God wants from me, he got for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I think that's a beautiful way of thinking. Anytime we want to talk about activism and trying to get out there, which we have to do, but we do have to rest in the Lord, because it's not our plans, it's how the Lord determines to use us. And as encouraging as much as we want to motivate people, we also want to say, hey, you rest in the Lord. That's where you have to start. Otherwise, you're going to fail in your own strength.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're coming up against a hard break here. When we come out of the break, we're going to talk about some of the things that Ken would like to see happen in the south suburbs in Cook County when he continues to win elections and get more power. We'll be right back at Here I Stand.